I'm now going to show you how to do stuff in the local government planning schemes, and you'll probably use this more than Queensland Globe. So I'm going into Brisbane City Council, and I've just gone into the web page. If you don't know the address, just Google it. And I'm going to go into planning and building, and I go right across to, you can go into the Brisbane City, you can go into the plan, but I'll just go into online tools. And what I want is the interactive mapping. Go down, click on interactive mapping. It's going to open up the city plan. Now, it doesn't open up anything other than the borders of Brisbane. It shows the different local government authorities. So the first thing you would do, if you know the lot and plan, and you would as planners, but I'm just going to put a suburb. So let's look where I used to live in Tarragindi. So I popped in Tarragindi there, and I've popped in, I used to live in Windmill Street, and I lived at number 18. So let's look at number 18, Windmill Street. And it is zoomed into number 18, Windmill Street. I might zoom out a bit because I'm just showing you things. Now, one of the important things you're going to do with the planning scheme is go into map contents, and you'll see that there's all sorts of useful stuff in there. You can click down and see there. You might want to do the suburb name. Might go into the road labels, which is already ticked, property labels, property boundaries, waterways, quite useful to have waterways ticked. You can see that there's a creek that runs through there. There's some bushland there. I never saw any sign of a creek, but still you can put the contours, parking. You can put in aerial photographs, aerial photography. Let's put the latest one. And there's Tui Forest. You might want to turn aerial photography off if you're going to look at so the most important things you'll look at all of them, but as planners you'll look at the zoning map, and there's the legend. So for example, I can click on the zoning map and I can see that there 18 Windmill Street is low density residential, so it's basically single family residential. I'm going to turn that off. That's very, very, very useful as planners, by the way. But the other thing that you're going to do is the zones. And you can see that there's lots and lots of overlay zones. So let's have a look. Now, I happen to know this isn't an airport noise corridor, but I don't know if it's doing anything about airports. No, just transport air quality. What you can do there is you can look at the property and you can put... where's the bicycle network? Let's have a look at the bicycle network, and it's going to load, and you can see that there's the bicycle network, and there is actually. I'll zoom out a bit because it goes to Nathan. You can zoom in and out. I'll turn that off. Are there biodiversity areas around there? Probably, because of Tui Forest. Now, all of this stuff is incredibly important for planning, because any planning application will require taking note of this sort of stuff, and it's more detailed than the state government. Bushfire, is it in a bushfire zone? Yes. And that makes most bushfire zones are where there is, and you can see there, it's a bit, it's transparent, but you can see that's considered a bushfire zone there. Most of Tui Forest is a bushfire zone to some extent. Coastal hazard, are there any character buildings around there? There's one there in Marshall Road. Dwelling house character zone. The whole thing is actually considered in a dwelling house character zone. Flooding, does it flood? I doubt it. It's quite high. No, there's no flooding around there. That's quite useful. Hang on, I ticked the wrong one, but no, there's no flooding around there. Might be a bit of creek flooding. I very much doubt it because it's quite steep. Are there any heritage places? The whole of Tui Forest is considered a heritage place. There's an industrial area over there. Yeah, down there. And as you can see in that landslide I mentioned in one of my others, is a landslide susceptibility area. So quite a lot of, and if I zoom back into 18 Windmill Street, I better stop now because I'm running out of time. You can see that there it's in a landslide. It's not the property itself, but down there in that gully is a landslide susceptibility area. So this is the stuff that you would be looking for when you are doing development assessments, and you can use it definitely in your major assignment.